On the robotics team, I'm the captain. I'm one of the main people who develops 3D models for our ideas. I'm also one of the programmers. Why I like robotics? It sort of takes what's great about all of these individual parts of STEM and it combines them all into one amazing project.
For me, it would be the building aspect because you're able to be more hands-on. It brings together a lot from what I'm learning in computer science.
So our robotics team competes in the first tech challenge. It's essentially a different game every year that teams all over the nation, all over the world compete in.
Right now we are working on a prototype. This robot is supposed to collect bricks and be able to stack them.
I think robotics is important, mainly because of the society that we live in today. One of the main problems my generation is trying to fight is climate change. And so I feel like we're gonna really need to have robots be able to help us really rehabilitate our planet.
This year, the science curriculum is much more complex than last year. We're using a lot more math to find our results, using bar graphs and figuring out equations.
We do lab reports for every unit that we do, annotating stuff in depth. We've always kind of followed the scientific method from the second grade mini science fair to like forever. In my opinion, it's a really good method of doing things. We do a lot of experiments. They're always pretty fun. The last one we did was on surface tension and how many drops of water could survive on a US penny.
We found that we could fit 47 drops of water because they create a dome. I really love seeing the outcomes of something that we put into work to do.
We started it from scratch last year. At the beginning, we had 4 freshmen and us, and no idea what we were doing.
We ended up doing really well.
In my experience at competitions, we were better prepared. Public speaking is just a big part of the Browning education. There's a lot of group discussion, and you have to defend your viewpoints. And also, the emphasis that's been put on good research.
They give you very hot topics, stuff that's going on right now in America.
The researching is incredibly fun because it expands your perspective on a lot of issues. It makes you really think hard about things you might not otherwise think about.
You never know what you're gonna get, either con or pro. Sometimes I'll come up against a topic and I'll have to argue a side that I personally do not believe in.
It makes you appreciate that there is a nuance to life that is maybe not apparent at first glance, and it really helps you understand differing ideas and viewpoints.
Third grade is kind of a sweet spot because they are super curious, excited to come to school, very engaged. We are starting a thing this year called the Genius Hour, which taps into that curiosity and that excitement. The time for them to just explore what they want to explore. Somebody may be really into sharks. Somebody else might be really into the subway system.
She gives us like really challenging work.
I'm learning way harder math now. Most of the time we do independent work, but sometimes we work in groups, like on math questions. And if we're reading a book in literacy, we work together.
I love that we put the boy at the center of everything, like how do boys learn best? It's a constant conversation that we're having.
If a challenge comes to you and you say, nope, I don't want to do it, it's too hard, that's a fixed mindset, but growth mindsets say, I'm gonna learn from this challenge, it's gonna teach me new things, and then I'll be able to do it someday.